Hey, you old hag. Where's my money? Just how long are you going to try and keep me waiting before you cough up what's mine? Huh? Don't you know that you're supposed to give me my allowance today? I thought I told you that I wanted you to pay me on time every single day. Or is that too hard to figure out for a stupid woman like you? Ginny, I believe that you and I have already talked about your allowance. I told you that last month was going to be the last time that I gave you any money, remember? I told you that because you were starting college that you would be on your own, remember? I explained to you that the allowance would end when you finished high school. We talked about this and you said that you understood what I was saying. What on earth are you talking about? I never, ever remember talking about anything like that at all. You were just delusional and trying to cheat me out of what's rightfully mine. But now I just need you to shut up and pay me. I'm sick of waiting and I'm even more sick of talking to you. Look, I have told you that I am not going to be paying you anything anymore, okay? And just why do you want money from me so badly? Why can't you go and ask your father for these kinds of things? I knew it. I knew there was no point in trying to talk to a fake mother like you. You know, I never even wanted you to marry my dad, right? I was fine when it was just the two of us. You always ruin everything. If you knew what was good for you, you would just shut up and pay me. There's no need to make things this complicated. I'm sorry, Jenny, but if that is the way that you were going to ask for money from me, then I feel even less inclined to pay you than before. Well, it's all your fault that my dad doesn't have any money. I know that you've been using up every last cent of his. He told me all about it. He explained to me how you handle the budget for the house, and that means that you control all of the money. But all I heard when he was telling me that is that you're taking my dad's hard-earned money and using it all for yourself. It's so sad. I can't believe that my dad has been tricked like this. I just wish he would leave you already. You know, sometimes I think about leaving too. But the thing is that isn't a decision that you'll get to make for anyone. That is going to be something that your dad and I talk about and come to a decision on amongst ourselves. But let me make this very clear to you. I am not stealing money or holding your father financially hostage in any way, shape, or form. Okay? I think you might want to go ask your dad about what's really going on one more time. You really have got some nerve, do you know that? Just what makes you think that I want to hear what some old hag like you has to tell me? Anyways, I think I've made myself clear here. Just get the money ready and send it to me as soon as possible, okay? No, it's not okay at all. If you really need money that badly, go and find a job. Daniel, I have seriously had it. I mean it. I am really at my limit right now. I mean, just how long are you going to let Ginny act the way that she does? She is seriously so unbelievable sometimes. Do you know that she thinks that I'm taking all of your money and spending it on myself? This is seriously getting ridiculous.
Aw, come on. She's not that bad. You're just being overdramatic. Besides, you know how girls her age are. But you're the adult. You should just know how to take it and let things slide, right? Surely that isn't too much to ask of you.
Daniel, I am serious. I have half a mind to leave you both. And if nothing happens to change the situation, then I just really might. I mean, just a few minutes ago, she was asking me again about her allowance. But I told her that when she started college that I wasn't going to be giving her any money at all. I told her that if she wanted someone to give her money, she would either have to get a job and get paid by her boss or go and talk to you.
Laura, please. Don't you think you're just being a little bit stingy? You really need to learn to just let things slide and quit getting so upset over everything. I mean, you do know that if you get upset like that you're only going to give yourself more wrinkles, don't you?
Wow. Well, thank you so much for caring about the state of my face. I'm so glad to know that I have people who listen to what I have to say around here. But I have to say that in the 10 years that we've been married, I feel like I've aged at least 30 years. And I think it's high time I try and make up for all the time I've lost dealing with you and Ginny. So you can pack up your bags and just get out right now, Daniel. Hey, you old hag, what the heck is going on here, huh? You better start explaining things to me right now. Hello, Jenny. I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. It's been a while since we've last talked, hasn't it? Is there something that I can help you with? Do you have any idea how pissed I am at you right now? How dare you try and take that attitude with me? Jenny, I really don't think there is any reason to be talking to me like that, even over text. Now, I have no idea what's got you so upset, but I can guess that this little outburst is going to be followed by you trying to ask me for something. I know that I only became your daughter when you married my dad, but that still makes me kind of like your real daughter, right? Wait, what? I have to say that after all that anger and vitriol, I really wasn't expecting you to say something like that. Well, what I mean is that if you're my mom and I'm your daughter, then you need to pay for my school. If you don't, then I'll talk to my dad and make him divorce you. Is that something you want? Wait, what? What is going on here? I just got a letter from my school telling me that my tuition still hasn't been paid. Do you have any idea how embarrassed I was to get that? I went to talk to my dad to ask him why my school wasn't paid for yet, and he told me that you two said that you would pay for it all. So, what I want to know is why you haven't paid my tuition for my program yet, huh? Do you want me to have to drop out or something? Okay, hold on just a second there. First of all, I never, ever said that I was going to be paying for your tuition. Second of all, just why would I be the person paying for your schooling anyways? I mean, you're still living in that house, right? Just when are you going to move out? You really have some nerve to talk to your daughter this way. Honestly, I don't think anyone else in the whole world knows how to piss me off quite like you do. But did you miss the part where I said that I would have my dad divorce you? Because I really will if you're not going to pay for my school. Unless your whole plan this entire time has been to sabotage my education and make me quit. But I won't let you get away with that. It's just unacceptable and you need to cough up the money right now. You really must think the world revolves around you if you think that's any way to get what you want. In fact, reading your messages, I can't help but crack up laughing that you're actually serious about this. Are you kidding me right now? Is that how unseriously you're taking all of this? You have got to be joking with me right now, right? No, I'm very serious actually. But anyways, I guess if you're really saying all that, that means you haven't heard anything from your dad, right? What do you think you're talking about? Didn't you read how I went to my dad and he told me that since you weren't going to pay for my schooling that it would mean that I'd have to drop out? So that's why you need to cough up the money for my tuition right now. If you don't, then I'm really going to make my dad leave you. I am not your mom anymore, Jenny. Wait, what? What are you talking about this time? Wow, you really don't know about this at all. That's actually incredible. Well then, I guess allow me to be the first person to inform you that your father and I have gotten a divorce. In fact, we've been divorced for quite some time now. So if your dad really did tell you that I was going to be paying for your school, then I'm afraid that he was as sorely mistaken as you are. After all, why in the world would I pay for some girl's school who isn't even a part of my family? Wait a second. You mean it? You and my dad are really divorced and you're really not my mom anymore. Oh man, I really wish that I could see your face right now. But yes, in a nutshell, that is what's going on here. And if I can be honest with you, your father was nothing but lousy trash. What is that supposed to mean? I mean that he was using all of his salary to pay off his debt up until recently, but he would also keep taking out loans in the meantime. And anyway, since he was so bad with money and never was good at setting any aside, that's why he can't afford to pay for your school. So I suppose that if you really want to stay in your program, that you'll have to go and earn money yourself. Although I did warn you that you'd have to earlier. But that can't be right. What do you mean that my dad doesn't have any money? You're really trying to tell me that this is all his fault? Jenny, you are not a little girl anymore. You are in college. Do you really just go through life not thinking deeply on anything? Have you really not realized that every time you needed money, it was me that was giving it to you? For 10 years, I've taken care of you as my own daughter. And I would financially support you just like a mother would her own daughter. But I guess you never, ever thought of it in that way, did you? No, it's not like that at all. I always thought that you were paying me with money that my dad was earning. Well, I'm afraid that the money your dad was earning was all going towards his own debt. Every cent that I gave you came from my own earnings. I took care of everything in the house, kept my job, and made sure that you got the support you needed. And yet you insisted on insulting me, calling me an old woman and treating me as if I was a parasite on your family. But now I guess you realize that the only parasites around here were you and your father. So you can threaten me with divorce all you want. It isn't going to change anything now. Whatever happens next is entirely up to your dad and you. Well, wait a second. Does that mean that you're just going to abandon me like this? You're really going to just leave me like this all over a little mistake? Don't you get that you're still like a mother figure or something? Doesn't that mean you have to take care of me? A real mother wouldn't just abandon her daughter like this. Weren't you the one calling me a fake mother anyways? I'm sorry, but it is far too late for you to try and change your tune now. I don't believe it. I can't believe that you're really just going to walk out of our lives and leave us like this. Oh, I think it's perfect. Besides, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. But I knew that it would be best to wait until you finished high school before leaving your dad. But anyways, I thought you would be a little more grateful to me since I paid for all of your college applications. Although you probably didn't even know that I was the one who did that either. Oh, right, that actually reminds me. You should know that you only have until the end of the month to leave the house. I don't get it. This is all so much at once. What do you mean I'll have to leave the house? I live here. This is my family's house. I'm afraid you were wrong again. This house was just a rental. You can't be serious about that, right? I haven't lied to you about a single thing yet. Why would I lie about this? Anyways, I was also the one paying for our house, but I've already moved out and informed the leasing company that I would like out of my lease. So you basically don't have any choice but to leave. I don't know what you're going to do with your life from here on out, but you're already 18, so you should be able to figure something out. And I really have to move out by the end of the month? But that's in 3 days? Oh yeah, I guess it is. Well, I suppose that means you better get packing, huh? How the heck am I going to move out all of my things in just 3 days? And where the heck am I supposed to go from here? Oh, that? I've already talked to your dad all about that. Wait, really? What did you say to him? Well, I told them that I wanted you both out of the house and that he should look for some place for you both to live. That doesn't solve any of the problems that I have right now. I am trying to ask where the heck I should even go. Yeah, that really isn't my problem. But if you're still in the house after 3 days, legally speaking, you would be trespassing. And then I suppose that would mean the police would have to get involved, and I don't think any of us want that, so. Well, what about my school? They are demanding that I pay my tuition or else I'll have to drop out. Oh man, this sounds rough. Oh, come on. Is that really all you have to say to me about this? I thought you were my mother. We've already talked about that. I am not your mom and I don't owe you anything. If you want to go ask your father, maybe you can convince him to take out even more money to pay for your school. Otherwise, you'll just have to go into debt to pay for it. Either that or you can go out and find a job. Because I already told your dad that I was done paying for anything of yours. But anyways, if you're looking for someone to blame for all of your money troubles right now, I would go talk to your dad. But this can't be. Neither my dad or I have a single cent left, and now we're about to be kicked out. What are we supposed to do, Mom? Sorry, were you talking to me? Because I don't know where your mom is. What are you talking about? You've always been my mom. I've always thought of you that way. Okay, now we both know that is just a lie. But anyways, your father and I are divorced now, which means that you're finally free from me. I thought this is what you wanted. Anyways, this conversation is just going in circles now. Have a nice life, Jenny. Or don't. I don't really care either way. In the end, Jenny and Daniel barely managed to pack up all their things before they had to leave the house and found themselves homeless. The next semester rolled around and, unable to pay, Jenny was forced to drop out. She tried to reach out to me again, begging for money, a house, food, anything. But I told her that she wasn't getting a penny from me. She thought that I was the one stealing all of her father's money, but he was the one who wouldn't have been able to survive without my help. I tried to warn Jenny that she would have to be more self-sufficient, but she just wouldn't listen. So I really just can't bring myself to feel any kind of pity for her. If you ask me, Jenny and her dad got exactly what they deserved. As for me, after my divorce from Daniel, I moved back to live with my parents for a little bit. I explained what I had been through, and they were more than happy to take me in while I found my feet. It really just goes to show you how important being kind is to those who care about you. You never know when you're going to need help, and it's good to have connections with people who care about you. Even if it wasn't my parents, I had plenty of people who I could go to for help because I always approached the issue of asking for it with humility and tact. I can only hope that Jenny learns a similar lesson as she grows up and gets to reflect on her words and actions.
Hey, Eve. I wanted to check in about those materials that I asked you to have ready by tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that you were actually going to be finished making them in time. I see they haven't been submitted and it's already so late.
Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you for reaching out to me outside of work hours. I'm a little confused as to what you mean by those materials for tomorrow. I thought that you knew your daughter Hillary was in charge of them.
But I told her to go and ask her supervisors for help making them if it was going to be too difficult for her to do it on her own. Do you know that she's new to the company? Are you seriously going to pretend like it's okay to leave this work undone just because it was specifically assigned to you?
I'm sorry if there's been some kind of miscommunication, Mr. Brown, but I've been checking in with Hillary every step of the way she's been doing this. And every time I've asked her if she's making progress or needs help, she always told me that things are going well. It was only today, right as I was supposed to be clocking out, that she came up to my desk and told me that she actually wasn't going to have it done on time at all. And that's when she asked me to take care of it for her. That's why I'm still at the office this late at night.
So there you go. You admit that you were slacking off doing your duties as her supervisor and failed to assess actual progress being made. Honestly, I don't know why this company ever gives these kinds of roles to women. They always let their petty interpersonal drama get in the way of everything. And then you have the gall to try and put this all on an employee that you were supposed to be keeping an eye on?
Sir, are you really trying to pin all of this on me when I'm the one working hard to make sure this all gets finished before tomorrow?
It's obvious that you were being a bad supervisor and making Hillary feel uncomfortable coming to you with this matter. It's no wonder she waited until the last minute to ask for your help in finishing it up. You really need to think about the environment you're making for our employees.
Even if that was true, the fact of the matter is that Hillary didn't ask for my help in finishing it. She gave me what she had done and told me to do the rest for her. She told me she had plans that she couldn't miss and then left the office.
And now you're trying to pin this all on my daughter just because she had plans for tonight? Who knows how long she's had this on her agenda? Hillary is still young. Do you understand that? You shouldn't be wasting her youth with busy work. Besides, it's like you said, it was time to quit for the day, and there's no reason why my Hillary should ever have to work overtime. If you're not going to do your job in making sure she gets her work done during work hours, then of course it's all going to fall back on you.
Are you serious, Mr. Brown? I told you that I checked in with Hillary over and over again.
Well, clearly you were doing something wrong, or else none of this would have happened at all. Now quit trying to blame my daughter for your screw-ups. If my daughter asks you to finish her work for her, you just nod and say, "Yes, ma'am. I hope you're ready to spend all night at the office."
So you really aren't going to talk to your daughter about making sure this doesn't happen again? Do I understand that right?
She has a right as an employee to refuse to work past regular hours. And as her superior in the office, you need to quit abusing your power and recognize that right of hers. If she says no to more work at the end of the day, then obviously any work that was left undone under your watch would fall to you.
I really don't think that's the company policy. And anyways, it wasn't that she couldn't do the work, it's that she wasn't doing any work. Even though I was repeatedly reminding her to do so, not only that, but this isn't the only problem like this I've had with her.
Well, you really do have some nerve trying to pass off all of your failures onto your underlings. You're the more experienced employee, so this is on you to fix.
Okay, then I understand, but that being said, I do have one more thing to ask of you, sir. When we've gone out for company dinners, Hillary was paying for her share with the company's end of your party fund. Not only that, but she's been caught taking money from that fund to go out and eat by herself as well. This is a textbook case of embezzlement, and it really is a serious issue. So could you at least talk to her about that? Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company?
You really are such a cheapskate, do you know that? Do you really think that we're not going to be able to have any kind of fun events around here if one person is taking money out of the fund to treat themselves to lunch now and then? We're going to be just fine. And you really need to stop trying to get Hillary in trouble for every little thing she does.
Sir, are you really asking me to just overlook her stealing from the company? Have you ever done something like this in your time here?
Why do you keep using those words? Stealing? Embezzling? It's nothing like that at all. Well, it's just certainly not those things.
I see. So then should I tell the rest of the staff to start paying for their own lunches with company money? Because it sounds to me like you're saying that's an acceptable thing to do.
You know that isn't okay. If that many people were taking from the fund, then higher-ups would surely notice. That's why my daughter and I are the only ones who can do that. Got it?
I really don't think that's true at all, and you really haven't made a convincing case for yourself.
Well, if you don't like it, then you can just quit your job. What do you think about that? Because if you're not going to listen to what your boss has to say, then we don't need you here. Don't you ever forget your place in this company.
I see. Well, okay, I suppose I understand the situation better now, at least. I'll finish the rest of Hillary's work before the end of the night. See you tomorrow, Mr. Brown. Hey there, Eve. I was looking over the work that you left on my desk last night, and this looks perfect. Thank you so much. Even my dad was saying what an amazing job you did with all of this. I know that I should have left all this work for you. But man, I really didn't think that a company would let me get away with doing something like that. You only got away with doing it because your dad got you your job in this department. But if you ever go and find another job, I really wouldn't recommend acting the way that you have been. For example, the day after I turned in your work for you, I also saw that you left a receipt for what appears to be a night of drinking and expensive food at a bar. What exactly do you want me to do with this? What do you mean, what do I want you to do with it? I used the company card to pay for it, so I want you to take it off our records. Well, this wasn't a work expense, so I guess what I'll do is create an invoice for you to pay back what you spent on the card. Oh, Eve, you really are just so funny. Do you know that? But now, this receipt is related to work. You see, I've had to drink more to keep up with the stress of this job, so therefore the company should be paying for my outings. I see. Well, as compelling as that is, that goes against company policy, so I'm afraid I can't make that happen. Oh, really? But I was talking to my dad and he told me to just leave the receipt on your desk for you to take care of. So are you really going to pretend like you know more about how this company works than my dad? You do know that he's your boss, right? You really need to learn your place in this company, Eve. I appreciate your reminding me of that, but the thing is that your father doesn't have the right to make that call either. In fact, neither of you should be using company money for personal outings. Listen to me. You should know that I have a date with the CEO of this company, okay? So if things go well, then I am going to become the wife of the next CEO. That means that I'll be higher up than you could ever hope to be. I see. So you're basing this all off one date that you haven't had yet? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother with you at all. It's all part of my dad's plan to help us climb up this corporate ladder, and I am his secret weapon. I see. Well, that's just quite creepy, but it also doesn't have anything to do with me or this. So you can have whatever love life you want, but while you're at work, you are expected to do your job and follow the company rules. Yeah, some unmarried old hag like you would try and go on a power trip with me, but don't be jealous just because I'm getting married and you're still single. You keep going on about separating the personal from the business, and yet here you are bullying me all day just because I have a love life and you don't. That is not what is going on here in the slightest. I am talking to you every day about the fact that you never do any work. You go out drinking on the company dime and you leave all your duties for me to take care of. Is that how you think you should be behaving at your age? You really just know how to push my buttons, don't you? I had no idea you were such a cruel, horrible woman. I'm sorry if you think I'm being mean, but someone needs to put their foot down and let you know that you can't act like this. You need to take responsibility for your job. I'll have you know that I am working my tail off. I work so hard every single day. All I want is a little break to recompose myself now and then, but you would rather I just work myself to death for this place. If you really can't handle the work being asked of you here, then maybe you should quit. Because everyone else here was hired for their qualifications and experience. You only got this job because your dad insisted that we hire you over much more qualified candidates. And since the day you started working here, I haven't seen you do your job once. And here I thought you were so much nicer, but I see that people only have value to you around here if they work and do whatever you say. Do you really think that's any way to treat people? Hillary, literally what are you talking about? This is a company where we have work that needs to get done in order to meet certain deadlines. If someone isn't doing their work, then they don't belong here. You're the one who doesn't belong here. Ugh, you've got me so stressed out. I really need a drink. Just leave me alone. Wait, what? Are you really just ending this conversation here? You better not be using company money on yourself.
Hey, when are you finally going to learn to quit pushing my limits, huh? Did you know that your bullying finally made my poor daughter break down into tears? I thought I told you to learn your place in this company.
My place in this company? My place in this company is as Hillary's supervisor, so if she doesn't do her work, I have a duty to speak to her about that. I really don't see how you can accuse me of doing anything wrong.
Well, you're taking this way too far. I'm going to see to it that you're fired for what you've done to my daughter. You should have listened to me when I warned you the first time, but now you're really going to pay for it.
And just what did I do that constitutes a fireable offense, huh? Because I haven't heard of any company ever choosing to defend an employee guilty of not working. I can't see how anyone would see my actions as incorrect.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I'm our boss. Now submit your letter of resignation to me, and let's just get this over with.
Okay then, I'll quit. But I won't be giving you my letter. I'll be handing it to my father.
Your father? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you meant to type the company president. but you had a slip and typed out father instead? That's worse than calling a teacher mom in school. I mean, even up to the very end, you just keep making mistakes.
That wasn't a mistake. Although it wouldn't matter whether I called him dad, father, or the company president, since they're all the same person.
Wait a second. What? Are you saying that your dad is the company president?
That's exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Brown, and he isn't one to take nepotism lightly. It's clear to anyone who hears the facts about what's been going on who is in the right and who is in the wrong. So I hope you're ready for what's in store for you next.
Wait, are you serious? I mean, I thought it was funny that you two share the same last name, but I thought it was just a coincidence. I mean, both your last names were Smith. I thought that was just a really common last name.
That's why I didn't even bother trying to hide my name. I figured that everyone would think the same way that you did. And so that's why I never told anyone who my real father was.
But I don't understand. Why would they hide something as important as that from me, your boss?
Because I really didn't think it was all that important, and because I don't like using my family to get what I want. I knew that if people knew who I was related to, that I would never be treated equally.
But I should have known who you were. I mean, had I known that you were the daughter of the CEO, then I would never treated you like this.
I see. So you're saying that the way you treat employees is all connected with how much influence they might have over your career? Because I'm afraid that I've already left my desk and was going to deliver my letter of resignation to the top floor.
No, wait, stop. You can't do that, please. I can't be responsible for firing the daughter of the CEO. Please, let's just forget all about this, okay? You don't have to talk to your dad at all. Let's just all get back to work and pretend that none of this ever happened.
I'm afraid that it's far too late to try and do any of that. Besides, what would getting back to work even mean in an office where you and your daughter treat this place like your personal playground?
What are you talking about? But I promise you that the two of us are going to really start doing our jobs from here on out. I'm so sorry if you were concerned at all about our performance, but I promise to have a talk to my daughter about these very serious issues.
Wow, you really about-faced so hard. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or cringing at that. Who was the one who was just telling me that they would defend Hillary's slacking off?
You're right. That was wrong of me, and I realize that now. I've been too soft to my daughter, and I promise to have a very stern conversation with her. Just please don't go and talk to your father about any of this yet.
No, I really can't understand, and I am going to be talking to my dad. I have seriously had it with the two of you. You have broken so many rules and violated so many policies to just serve yourself and Hillary. Did you really think that I was just going to let you get away with all of this like it was nothing?
I hope you can understand. Please, I really had no idea whose daughter you were. If I did, then I would have never acted in the way that I did towards you. It's just that, well, you know, these companies have strict structures and sometimes I need to enforce them on underlings like I was doing with you.
I wonder if you even realize the doublespeak that you engage in all of the time. Do you realize how many contradictions you're full of? Maybe if you actually showed any level of self-awareness, then I wouldn't feel the need to go through with this.
Please, I'm begging you not to talk to your dad about this. It would cost me my job.
Well, thankfully for you, my dad doesn't come back from a business trip until tomorrow. But he may have some words to exchange with you when he is back. Anyways, that's all I have to say on the matter. What could you possibly have to say to me now? Are you really going to pretend like you're sorry for what you did just because you got caught? Besides, after what you pulled, the police are going to get involved too.
But please, surely we can just forget about all this, right? I just lost my temper is all.
I don't care what excuse you have yourself. Letting you stay in this office any longer is putting all employees at risk. I mean, you were really trying to hurt me, I could tell. But I guess you thought that just because I'm a woman means that I would be weak, huh?
I just didn't expect you to be so strong.
Well, I've been doing judo ever since I was little. I throw men twice your size and triple your strengths on the mat like it's nothing. But the fact that you tried to ambush me in the parking lot, cover my mouth with your hand, you're nothing but a coward.
Please, I didn't think that he would be able to fight back. Just give me one more chance. I'll even work for free. Just please, don't go to the police about this.
It's far too late for any of that. I've already told my dad everything. You should have seen how angry he got, but don't worry, you're still allowed on company property for one more day. After all, my dad still wants to talk to you. So anyways, go to the top floor and have your conversation with him. And by the time you're finished cleaning out your desk, the police should be on the ground floor ready to pick you up. After I told my dad everything, including what Mr. Brown tried to do to me in the parking lot, he was furious. It was actually his own staff that had to hold him back from leaping at Mr. Brown and attacking him when he entered his office. After he caught his breath, my dad explained to Mr. Brown that he and his daughter were being let go and were also being sued by the company for embezzlement. Mr. Brown was also facing a lawsuit from me as well for his attempted assault. In the end, he owed so much in legal fees that he had to go deep into debt to pay it all back. My dad also made sure that he would never work in this town again through his connections and networks. I requested a restraining order against Mr. Brown and his daughter in case they ever tried to get revenge on me. After his firing, however, I was promoted to Mr. Brown's position as department chief. Since then, both productivity and employee satisfaction have been at their highest point in years.
Hey, Lawrence, how you holding up, buddy? Been a minute.
Oh, hey, Philip, it really has been a hot minute, huh? I was actually planning on reaching out to you. You caught me at the right time.
I'm not doing too bad, just trudging along as usual. I actually ended up quitting my job. I know, it's a surprise. I have loans and a family, so I'm actually pretty darn nervous about the whole thing, but, you know. Sorry for suddenly messaging you and talking about something weird.
You? Philip, the diligent worker Philip? You said you were on the road to become an elite corporate class worker. What happened?
I mean, yeah, that was how it was supposed to turn out, but someone else moved into our department. A younger guy who seemed fairly capable of doing things. He really outdid himself, and he kinda knocked me down the ladder a few rungs. And go figure, he actually became my boss, so yeah, FML.
Oh, that sounds like it's so much fun. Seriously though, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thanks. I was bullied into quitting, basically. I really didn't have a real choice in the whole matter. I don't know if this is what I should be doing or what, you know? I really just have no idea what I should be doing with my life right now, and I was just at a loss, but I figured I could talk to you about it, Lawrence. I really don't have anyone else I could talk to about this whole thing.
Hey man, don't worry about it. The whole thing will blow over soon. I know that you're an excellent worker and extremely skilled at what you do. Most people will be able to tell immediately that you're very capable and very efficient.
Yeah, you're probably the only guy in the whole world that's still able to compliment me like that, my guy. I've lost all my confidence, and I've lost my job now. I'm basically living with no place in the world. I've worked hard and devoted over 10 years of my life at that company. I've really put my heart and soul into it, but to be honest with you, I'm not quitting the position. I'm being fired. They're letting me go.
Wait, but you're such an honest and hard worker. Why are they firing you? You're the last person in the world that deserves to be let go. That's such a stupid decision. What the hell is going on? You want to grab some drinks, man? You gotta tell me more about this.
Yo, about that new employee welcoming party that's happening later this week, you're not actually trying to go to that, right? Please tell me I heard wrong.
Excuse me? Of course I'm planning on attending the party. Why wouldn't I? I'm basically a new employee too. It's not really that different, is it?
Hey, come on now. You're not exactly the right age to be calling yourself a new employee, are you? Aren't you already in your 40s, my guy? You're not exactly fresh blood, if you know what I mean. You're literally older than I am, dude. You're just a regular old worker that came on board out of the blue, and now you're gonna act like you were hired fresh out of college? Come on, man. You better get to working.
Yeah, just so we're clear, I am getting to work. I work very hard and diligently, actually. I'm planning on working from now on, too. I'm not going to just suddenly give up on it. And I apologize if this comes across as an insult, but I don't think that's something that you should be telling me anyway, Mr. Perry. And if you're over here talking about how I'm literally older than you are, which you've made abundantly clear for everyone, how about you start showing some basic level of respect? You are aware of the whole respect your elders thing, right?
What the hell are you talking about, dude? Why would I ever be respectful toward my subordinate? You know what that word means, right? It means I'm the boss. And to make things worse, you're my subordinate and you're somehow older than me. You're gonna be looked down upon. You're not worth anything, so of course I'm gonna look down on you.
You really should cut it out now. Why don't we stop doing this, You really don't have any rights to be belittling me like that anyway. This is borderline harassment, and I'm your subordinate? In what world is that even true? How do I become your subordinate? Wait, is that how you're always talking to people who are older than you who haven't really been able to secure management positions? I feel like this isn't the first time that you've done this. I'm actually pretty positive that you've been nagging and bothering people who are in the same shoes as I am to quit.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Not a clue in the world. There were definitely a few old-ass men who quit without any particular reason, though. I kinda forgot about them. They're just old men taking our salary. Why would they deserve our payroll when they're just sitting there doing literally nothing at all? They're definitely better off being gone from around here. At the very least, our company benefits from their absence. Our company makes sure people leave regardless of how old they are. Do you understand what I mean by all that, Lawrence? I'm saying that you need to watch your back and make sure that doesn't happen to you either.
It sounds like you've really had a blast of a time going after all those older employees. I just want you to know that that kind of attitude has a really bad effect on you and will shoot you in the foot. Are you understanding what I'm saying, Perry? I don't think that's the kind of attitude or behavior of someone that should be in a managerial position.
You better not be acting so tough around here, Lawrence. I'm literally your superior, so you need to watch your mouth around me. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this to you. The venue for the party, it changed from location that we sent out on the email the other day, just so you're aware.
What, seriously? Are you not just messing with me?
Huh? I guess no one sent the old middle-aged man who just randomly joined the company out of sheer luck the email, eh? I feel bad for you, so I'll let you know where to go. You should be thanking me right now.
Well then, hey, thank you for letting me know.
Just you remember though, if you go up against me, I don't care how old you are, you're gonna really regret this. You know why? Because I'm the most skilled and qualified person in this department. No one else even comes close.
I'm pretty sure the department manager is still technically more powerful in regards to the food chain.
But the department manager is usually out for business. Not to mention he's usually not around when he has to go deal with other department heads too. Which in other words means that the project lead, read me, is the actual real department manager in line. Do you understand me, old man? If you understand, you need to shut up and stay in line like the rest of them.
I think I've figured out the kind of person you are in the short time I've known you. 2 days is more than enough to figure it out. This makes everything much easier for me, so thanks.
What? What are you talking about making things easier? I'm definitely not gonna make things easier for you, no sir. You're just another old man waiting to leave, so I'm gonna make sure you do more of the grunt work than any of the other employees in the office. You better be ready.
I'm going to have an easier time getting over the fact that I'm going to be making you be in a world of pain. Thanks for that.
Wait, what are you saying?
Oh, nothing really. Just some thoughts I had. Anyway, I'll be looking forward to the welcome party. See you then, I suppose.
Let me guess, Lauren. You're at the location that I told you, right? Please, please, please tell me that you're there.
Excuse me? Yeah, I'm planning on going there. Well, to be precise, I'm actually about to be there in a second. I'm not quite there yet.
Ooh, how unfortunate. Because literally 0 people are going to that venue. No one is celebrating for you.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Let me explain. I told you the wrong location, you moron. I'm gonna use you as the butt of my joke for the months to come. Alright, tell me how you feel right now. You feel like retiring yet, old man?
I don't understand what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
You still don't understand what's going on? I don't need some old man who's way past his prime and couldn't cut the real work working in my department. Extra people who don't carry their weights because of bad knees are just wasted expenses. We could be spending that on our future, or my bonus. The best thing that we can do for us and for you is to just let you go. You know that everyone that was coming here didn't want you to come because old man smelled really bad. Their words, not mine, so don't worry about it, old man. You don't have to come.
Everyone, huh? Can you tell me exactly who was saying that?
Literally everyone, dude. Don't you get it? You're disliked by everyone in the department because you reek of retirement and old age. You might actually be hated by the whole company at this point. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, sure, whatever. Just so you know, Mr. Perry, you seem to be acting awfully tough. Are you sure you should be acting like that? Are you sure you know what you're doing? Or are you just doing this to piss me off?
Yeah? You got a lot of balls coming at me with an attitude like that, old man. I can tell that you're gonna be fired with that kind of attitude. I'd be willing to bet that you're gonna be gone by the next week.
Fired? Who exactly is going to be fired?
You, dumbass! Who else would be fired? God, you're seriously such a useless old man who can't even keep up with a regular conversation. Are you already getting senile on me? I'm not gonna be drinking with some old man who joined the company halfway through the year just because he's new to us. I told you the wrong place using my own decision as everyone's boss. You're the only one that doesn't know where the right place is.
Okay, that makes things way simpler then. You're fired.
Wait, what?
Let me tell you something, Barry. You seem to be high on your own farts and under the impression that you're somehow my boss or something. Let me tell you the shocking truth. You might want to be sitting down for this one.
High on my own farts? What the hell are you talking about? You're really starting to piss me off.
I was actually scouted from your company's higher-ups as a business consultant.
Huh?
I have never felt like I was your subordinate. Just so you know, I'm never going to be your subordinate. You've been nothing but uncooperative and rude. You are impossible to get along with. You have no semblance of any common sense at all. You're seriously one of the worst employees I've ever seen.
What the hell is that? Are you seriously calling me out right now?
Oh, I guess I might have gotten carried away. It's because you say such insane things and insult me every chance that you get. I really can't stand it at all. But as it turns out, apparently I've stooped to your level. I would not be making that mistake again, sorry. Anyway, the point is, Mr. Perry, you're going to be fired, so goodbye.
What are you talking about? I can't be fired. That's not possible. Why are you saying that?
It actually is totally possible. We don't need someone in this company who will be lowering the morale of the employees of the whole office. Right now, I'm only telling you that you will be getting fired, but just know that there will be action coming. Tomorrow, I will be filing all of the formal paperwork to make sure that you're let go. Honestly, you may not be fired yet, but you should think that you're already fired because it's going to happen.
No, wait, hang on a second. What the hell are you talking about, man? What exactly is a business consultant? What?
If you don't know what a business consultant is, how about you look it up? My whole career has been nothing but consulting. This is what I do for a living, do you understand? I didn't join this company halfway through the year for no reason, buddy. I joined this company and I'm working at this wonderful place because they asked me to. People like you, who are definitely an overall negative effect on the employees, and as a result, the company itself, will be fired. That's going to be beneficiary for the company. Think of it like cutting away a really bad tumor. The body will be that much healthier.
Wait, hang on just a second, please. Is this for real? Are you not just bluffing right now? Please tell me the truth. You're telling me that you're the company's business consultant right now? You're not just some old man nearing retirement who joined halfway through the year?
Nope, not at all. I'm definitely a consultant. Also, just so you know, everyone that you were talking about are all over here right now.
Huh?
Where exactly were you planning on having the party? All by yourself? Sorry to break it to you, but they all apparently really couldn't stand you. I think they would rather party with some old man nearing retirement than someone like yourself. You're so screwed, dude.
Yeah, I mean, no one is here, that's true, but that's so weird. I made sure I sent out the email to everyone. They should all know what's going on and where the party is. I wonder why no one's coming over here right now. The timing is right. Maybe they're all just working late?
Mr. Perry, hello! I just said they're all over here.
Huh? What do you mean over there?
I'm saying that they're over here where I am. The venue that you told me. They're all over here already, and they've already started partying without you.
What the hell? Why? I told you the wrong venue. It was all a lie. No one preserved anything for that venue, so no one should be going. There's no way that everyone would be going over there instead of coming over here. That's just not possible.
I mean, yeah, maybe that would have happened, but as it turns out, I'm good at my job, so I double-checked on everything.
Double-checked? Double-checked what?
Well, when I called the venue that you told me, they told me that there were no reservations for any kind of party on the date and time that we were supposed to have the party. I thought that maybe there was some kind of mistake, so I confirmed to the department manager and had him give me the okay to make the reservations with this place.
What? So you already put in the reservations for that store? What about the old store reservations?
I don't know, but I only reserved this location because I thought you screwed up and forgot to reserve. Everyone has already received the email with the corrections. That was sent out quite a while ago, too. It feels like you're probably just not checking your emails correctly, and so you were the only person that was left behind out of the whole office.
What the hell? There's no way that that's true. Why would that happen to me?
I'm sorry that no one has gone to your venue that you reserved. Good luck with everything over there, alone. Oh, but I did think that I should let you know. The department manager is pretty pissed off. In his words, not mine. How could someone be so stupid? I don't understand how you could be dumb enough to stand up the literal president of the whole company.
What? The department manager is pissed off? What the hell, man? Why are you telling him lies? I had no intention of missing that party, you know that? You should tell them that I'm planning on going. I don't know why this whole thing happened, but this is all just a huge mistake. You're the one that changed the venue without asking me about it, right? You went way too far. You know what's going to happen to you now that you've done this to me, right?
Bro, you literally just tried to do the exact same thing to me. And what are you talking about what's going to happen to me? Are you aware that you're going to get fired literally tomorrow? I told you you're fired, right?
I'm not going to be fired, no way! You can't fire me, even as a business consultant for the company! I don't care what kind of consultant you are, you can't do that! I'm literally in a managerial position. You cannot just let people like that disappear!
If I have proof that you're causing employees distress and reducing productivity and efficiency of the whole office, then yeah. I've already found and recovered quite a few pieces of incriminating evidence proving that. I was already planning on submitting all of those in a document to make sure that you're fired. The fact that you just cancelled on all of your bosses last second and tried to trick me into going to the wrong venue, that should be all the excellent material for you to be judged fairly.
What? Are you being serious right now? Why though? Why would you do that? What's the purpose for all the hate you're sending my way?
My job as a business consultant is to make sure that the business runs smoother as a result of my decisions. I'll be sure to do everything for this company that I can as their personal business consultant, but I actually specialize in internal affairs. Also, just so you know, one of those old men that quit for no reason that you were talking about, you are the boss of one of those old men. That man was my best friend for over 10 years now. I've known him for a long time.
What?
Yeah, you might have already forgot about all of it, to be honest with you. There was a guy, his name was Philip. He was one of the most excellent workers that I'd ever known, and because of you, he was fired from his job that he loved and cherished. He poured his heart and soul into that job.
Wait, you're not Philip's best friend or something?
You chased out that old man that's almost going to retire because you forced all of your mistakes onto him, right? Philip had lost all hope because he was fired. He had poured everything he had into this job and this company for over 10 years. And then there was some piece of shit who joined a little after. And was a little good at doing things around the office. And that piece of shit thought it would be a good idea to shift all of the blame from his mistakes to this hard-working guy. And that caused him to be fired without even able to tell his side of the story.
Wait. That's not the whole truth. Someone had to take responsibility for all this. It wasn't my fault.
You started spreading rumors about Philip, right? About how bad of an employee he was and how slow he was at his job. You used that to your advantage, and you lied through your teeth to make sure that the bosses agreed with you to try to let go of Philip, right? I could tell that based off of the few days that I've been here. It really didn't take that long to connect the pieces.
Hang on, please, wait a minute! It's not what it looks like, I swear! I didn't have any kind of bad intention or anything at all. I really didn't mean anything by it. This wasn't how all this was supposed to go down anyway. If it all just worked out the way I wanted, no one would have ever known and the company would have been all the better for it.
Yeah, it's way too late for that, Perry. There's no going back now. I figured it all out and you can't do anything about it. Your boss, my boss, and HR will all know about everything that you've been doing behind the scenes real soon. Everyone will find out who really should have been held responsible for all of those mistakes that you blamed Philip for. Every single person will know that it was always you.
I'm so sorry. I swear I won't do anything like that ever again, I promise. I'll start showing the utmost respect to all of the employees who are older than me too, I promise. Please don't fire me. I really can't handle being fired right now. I'm on the course to being a corporate employee. You can't do that to me. I've been doing really well for myself, and I finally found myself in this managerial position. I don't want it to end just like this.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How about you use that kind of wisdom and knowledge at another company, huh? Maybe they could use you. At the very least, you can't be useful here, so we're going to politely decline all of your services. At this company, where I'm looking over the business, I will strongly advise that you find somewhere else to work. Enjoy your party and drinking all by yourself. Perry ended up showing up extremely late to the party, completely out of breath from running. He was begging for forgiveness, but he was denied even coming into the venue and chased off. His apology rang on empty ears as no one was willing to forgive him for any of his actions. Everyone looked at him with cold stares as he was the weird guy who suddenly cancelled on the new employee welcoming party at the very last second. The fact that he was being extremely rude and vulgar towards a business consultant and his terrible behavior combined with his previous behavior in the office created a problem that couldn't be ignored. He was apparently fired. Afterwards, not only did Lawrence help Philip clear his name in the office, but he also helped him start working at his beloved company again. To top things off, Philip was able to take the managerial position that Perry was originally in. Because Philip was such a great worker, workplace productivity skyrocketed, and business was actually doing better than ever before. It seems like Philip was able to make everyone happy except for one person, Perry. Apparently, Perry is in the middle of job hunting and is struggling every time someone interviews him and asks him why he had to leave his previous place of employment. He has a difficult time answering. It was all brought on himself, so he really has no excuse, however. Karma is a bitch.
Hi, Marion, honey. What are you doing right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bored. Why don't you bring Victor over to play? Not like I have anything better to do. You haven't been coming back home recently, and Mom's been feeling sad. How about you fulfill your daughter-in-law duties for once?
I'm sorry, I'm still at work right now. I can't come. After I'm finished with work, I'm going to pick up Victor from school, and then we're going back home.
What are you on about? I can pick him up easy peasy. Just let me get my wallet and my keys, and I'm good to go.
If someone who isn't the child's parent is coming to pick them up, they'll have to notify the school first. Otherwise, they won't let the child go with them.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's such a drag. I was doing him the honor of coming over to play.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he'd love to play with his Auntie Bailey sometime soon.
Enough about that. Isn't your older sister without a job, Marion?
What? No, she isn't jobless. She has a proper job.
But the job's only part-time, right? Oh, seems like she has too much time on her hands. Isn't she my age, actually?
Yes, I think she is. In case you're wondering, she's 38 years old.
And she's a certified recluse, I hear.
She was diagnosed with chronic depression, so yes, she was living at home for 2 years. But starting this year, she's able to go back outside. She started a part-time job that's going well.
This is so insane. It's actually funny. A pathetic, jobless recluse at this ripe age.
I'm telling you, Miss Bailey, she's not anything like you say.
It's not like she's married like I am. She's fallen behind in life, I must say. Oh, such a pity.
Could you please refrain from talking about my own sister that way?
You can't blame anyone for telling her so. It's the truth, after all.
Perhaps, but it's still hurtful and rude.
Well, I assume she must have a lot of free time, so I thought I would become her friend.
What? You want to befriend my sister?
Oh, it's such a pity she's a recluse. So I thought becoming her friend would open up new doors, you know? And also, my free time can be used up spending it with her. It's literally the best win-win in the world, isn't it?
Clarissa's busy with her own life right now, and it's not like she has no friends. On the contrary, she has many. I don't think she needs any more.
Clarice, that's her name, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I met her once at my wedding, but I don't remember what she's like at all. Maybe she's just like you, without much of a goddamn presence.
What are you trying to say? In any case, you need not worry about Clarice, but thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, I'm so damn bored these days, Marion.
Is that so? Why don't you find a job then?
There's no way I'm gonna do that. I got married because I wanted to become a housewife, unlike your sister Clarice, who can't ever get married.
What?
I really cannot understand you, Marion. Going off to work even after getting married and having children? Just tell me, you don't exactly trust your husband, my brother. Now do you?
I appreciate all the accusations, Miss Bailey. But lest we forget, you're currently living away from your own husband, right?
You couldn't be more wrong. Grayson's only been reassigned temporarily.
He stopped by just the other day, to talk to us about something.
What?
You seem to be claiming that he'd been reassigned temporarily, but it seems to him that you've kicked him out of his own house. Your husband Grayson visited us to vent about how he wants a divorce, but you'll have none of that.
Wait, huh? This is news to me. We're only taking some time to work on ourselves. I plan to go back to our old life together with a little more time. We aren't living separately. He really has been reassigned. We're only living away from each other for a short time.
In his eyes, that's not how it seems, Miss Bailey.
It is what it is, damn it.
Do you really have no intention of changing the cause of this situation?
The cause?
I was told that you've been doing the housework since you married him 6 months ago, and you've stopped doing that completely, haven't you? And I hear the reason's because you're hooked on some video game. Is that true?
That's not true at all. Even housewives need some time off from their busy schedules, you know.
How can you be so busy if you don't do any of the housework? You found a game online that you think is fun and you play it all day long without cleaning any of the rooms and whatnot. And what's worse, you use his credit card to buy branded pieces of fashion. Grayson's been fretting over the bills because it just amounts to more than he can handle, you see.
If I buy branded items and then sell them immediately, it can be converted into money to use for the game. It's not like I'm paying thousands of dollars in liquid cash for these things. Don't you think it's a good way to make money?
That's called resale, Miss Bailey, and I believe that's a crime.
But still, it works. Because of it, I'm now a master at build games. And no, I haven't told Grayson about this, but I'm doing that these days. The credit card's been terminated, and I can't pay money for games anymore. And things have become pretty droll. That's why I'm bored. Bring Victor over, please. His auntie wants to spend some time with him.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Don't you realize you're on the brink of being left on the curb? Or are you actually feigning ignorance?
What the hell do you mean?
You go about pointing fingers at Clarice about her situation, but I ask you, who is the real jobless recluse?
Ugh, I'm not caged up at home, you know.
And neither is Clarice. But in any case, it doesn't change the fact that you're at your house, wasting your days away doing nothing. Mrs. Attaway has been so stressed about how expensive the electricity bill's been, you know.
There's no way.
Getting comfortable in front of the heater at full blast, staring at the TV all day every day, watching programs and/or playing video games? Of course the bills are gonna skyrocket.
That'll only be while Grayson's reassigned, and I'm gonna start doing the housework again when he comes back home.
I'm telling you, Bailey, it doesn't seem like a temporary reassignment to me, and I don't think he'll be coming back ever.
What? Did he say something like that?
Yes, he did. Looks like he set himself on a divorce.
Ugh, you can't be serious. You're just mad because I said some funny things about your sister, right? Tell me that's the case.
I'm not mad, Miss Bailey. I do, however, feel like you're a pitiful human being.
How dare you? I'm not pitiful in any way, and I resent you for comparing me to a lowly part-timer approaching 40.
Clarissa's becoming a full-time employee starting next month, you know, and I remind you, she's exactly your age. Here's the punchline. Looks like Destiny's gonna hand you a red card sometime soon.
No, it won't.
And also, you've been cheating on Grayson.
What? What do you mean by that?
No use hiding it since Grayson knows about it already. Seems like he hired a detective agency and everything. My husband's been apologizing to him so very deeply day in and day out. But it should be you who apologizes, right, Miss Bailey?
When did this happen?
The day before yesterday, I believe. Isn't Mrs. Attaway not at home right now?
Huh? Now that you mention it, she isn't. But what's that got to do with anything?
She's gone to negotiate with Grayson, apparently.
That can't mean that Mom knows about it too.
I'm afraid she does. At the very least, she'd known about the fact that it was never a temporary reassignment.
But that's impossible.
You even go about lying to your own parents. And then they find out. What a shame, what a shame.
I can't contact Grayson. How can that be?
You've been ignoring him up until now, haven't you? He's told you numerous times he wanted to talk, but because you ghosted him, he gave up on that idea and reached out to Mrs. Attaway instead.
How did he even find out about my affair and even went on to blab to you about it? This is unbelievable.
Your partner's someone you met through online gaming, right? I was so surprised that you'd go about meeting this guy in person, you know?
You even know about that?
You're so lucky that all he ever assumed was that you were living separate from her husband. I applaud you. A jobless hunk approaching 40, dumped by her husband, and could be abandoned by her parents, too. Wouldn't you pity a poor woman like that? My husband and I have no intention of helping you, of course. You brought this on yourself, so you go fix it yourself, okay? That day, Bailey's husband told everything to Bailey's mother and informed her that he'd already discussed the issue of compensation with a lawyer. In addition to the compensation, which would already amount to something quite substantial, he would demand a full refund of all the money Bailey had used behind his back to buy branded fashion items. Of course, Miss Bailey doesn't have any savings of her own whatsoever. Furthermore, it was found out that she was lending her online gaming friend money through online transactions, and the money they both spent on the games had amounted to something frankly disgusting. Bailey's mother wanted to help her daughter out, but her father couldn't forgive her for what she'd done, and he was so kind as to carry the burden of paying compensation. Under the condition that Bailey find a good, proper job, otherwise she wouldn't be welcome to live at the house at all. Bailey never had much work experience at all, and she started job hunting with a heavy heart. But even her application for a part-time convenience store clerk, exactly like the one she'd been ridiculing, wasn't accepted.